asset being held in trust in perpetuity. But again, asset could be a fixed asset, could be movable asset, or could be cash, because the definition of cash in accounting is asset. So most recently, cash is permissible to be given into waqf. Now, waqf could be temporary as well as permanent, and not only for charity, but it could be waqf-linked investments as well. So, if we look at the legitimacy of cash waqf, basically all schools of fiqh agree upon movable and immovable properties, as subject matter of waqf, and is permissible, to be given into waqf. So whether we look at evidence from the Quran as well as evidence from the Sunnah, right? Major Muslim jurists have agreed that cash is permissible to be given into waqf. Now, if we take that concept of waqf and bring it onto a technology platform, and a technology like blockchain, it just changes the whole dynamics of how waqf can be brought to the masses for inclusion. Right? So, to understand this technology called blockchain, let's understand few things. Blockchain is nothing different than what we have had for the last 20-25 years in the tech world. Things like databases, network, security, and ledgers like accounting system. All that has existed in the last 2-3 decades. But what blockchain has achieved is by combining this technology under a single platform and using it in a decentralized cloud or internet environment. So specifically, if we look at 5 key things that are happening within a blockchain technology. One is that all records being recorded onto a blockchain database are shared publicly. What that means is all records are put into a public ledger, and whoever has access into that public ledger is able to see. It is decentralized. So it is very different than a centralized type of environment where, say, an accounting system or a banking system having a very centralized database, only people within a single network are able to see. In a blockchain environment, multiple networks can be created and multiple networks become decentralized, where the data is replicated in all networks, all nodes of that network, and are accessible by all. Even if one network goes down, the rest of the networks still have a copy of the same data. And that brings us to security. Blockchain is highly secure because the data is replicated in all networks and all nodes of those networks, right? And the data is getting recorded in a cryptography, where all data that is recorded in the database is cryptographically recorded, and when it is taken out, it is decrypted to be read. So it is highly secure and secure from hack and secure from so many other business. Now that creates trust in the network, meaning all data that is recorded can be trusted. It is beyond and above any fraud. And of course, the whole of this ecosystem, this environment, technical environment, is automated. Everything is happening on its own, based on the design, the architecture, and the smart contract that was created, right? It is all automated. So moving on from the technology, right, into how this technology of blockchain was used to create an architecture for cash waqf, right? Fintero was able to create a platform, and that platform is agnostic to the different blockchains, like the Ethereum network, Polygon network, and the IBM Hyperledger network. So this agnostic blockchain has the same features as any other blockchain, which is the tokenization engine, the smart contract engine, the consensus engine, and the ledger engine. And on top of this, we built an open source layer, open source because it does not need any licensing. So open source layer that allows any developer to create modules within the waqf board administration, so the ERP of the waqf board, the finance financial audit management of any WAF, the fund management for WAF, crypto token issuance. So if any WAF asset needs to be tokenized and the tokens are issued out as a security token or as a utility token, that can be done. Then any crypto token crowd sale, if agencies want to raise funding through crypto token, the whole crowd sale engine. And then, of course, the asset management, which is the crypto asset management, the custody of those crypto assets. And we are also working most recently on a insurance takaful module for those crypto assets. And on top of all of this, the engines, right, we have created is the cash WAF ecosystem. Within the ecosystem are the little systems that are created very specifically for cash WAF, like WAF-linked investments, Mudaraba contracts that can be linked to cash WAF, Musharaka contract, Sukuk contract, and recently we have also launched a commodity Murabaha contract for cash WAF. So when FinTech combine the WAF on the blockchain as a FinTech solution, this is what the process flow looks like. Now, this process flow has three vertical segments.